Okay, so hottest news that is going on around the globe is India-US trade deal. Okay, it has taken sleep of many people now in India. The way US is going for the trade deal, that is something that is threatening to any country. America is forcing, America, first of all, America wants open market. If America wants trade deal with any country, it wants that country to make tariff as 0%. More or less, it turned China into that figure only, and China is putting only 10% tariff on the American product. Indonesia went for 0% tariff. Now, India, the news that is surfacing now, what Donald Trump and his ministry is saying, that India has agreed upon the Indonesia trade framework. Means India has agreed for the 0% tariff to the American product. Now, full country is open to the American product. Donald Trump is also saying that more or less it is same. Means India is going to become a open market for American product. No tariff will be charged on the charge if American product enter into America. That is also okay. This is historical. This has had never been seen in the past that India has opened a full of its market open for American product. American product will be sold in Indian market as if they are Indian company they have manufactured in India. That so this is one trade deal that Donald Trump wants with the country. Okay, I don't agree. If you don't agree, go for 50% tariff. Who is saying that you don't agree? If you don't agree with whatever concept I am saying, go for 50% tariff. What is 50% tariff? If your product enter into America, we will charge 50%, 50%, 70%, whatsoever. No, 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 I don't want 50%. This is what the China was saying. US had put 145% tariff on the Chinese products. That China was saying it's not possible. If it is not possible, then reduce your tariff. Earlier, China used to charge 56% with the US product. Then, more or less, now China agreed to come down to 10%. Then US came down to 30%. Now US is going with all the countries that your tariff is 50%, 60%, 70%. You don't want this tariff? Open your market free trade for American product. Indonesia has done it. China has done it. 10% means open market. Now more or less India would do this. But what extra the America is doing with the Indonesia onwards, that is with India also. Not only it is forcing those countries to make their market open for American products, they are adding to it. Forcibly, they are saying that you have to buy to the government, respective government, you have to buy this much worth product in 1 year. You have to assure now that your government will make sure that this much worth product of the American companies you will buy in 1 year. Then only I am going to make deal with you. This is the new thing that is coming nowadays, and it has taken out sleep of everyone. Means American product would enter into in India without any taxes. If Indian product enter into America, then that will be charged around 20%, the way they did with Indonesia and China. Not only that, they have not done it with the China, but they are doing with Indonesia. Indonesia, they are forcing Indonesia to buy 19.5 billion dollar worth product from America every year forcibly. You have to buy that much in energy sector, in agricultural sector. You have to buy that much. After buying, you throw in the ocean or push farmers of the Indonesia to use the agriculture product from the seed or whatsoever from the America. Or if American agricultural companies they are giving you meat or milk or whatsoever, you have to force people to buy those milk. Okay, that is forced trade that is going on, and Indonesia agreed for it. 19.5 billion dollar Indonesia has to purchase every year from America. How it will settle down in the country, that is Indonesia job. Same thing is coming to India also. Indonesia US trade deficit, they trade a kind of the trade deficit from United States point of view is 18 billion dollar. Now it is assuring that 19.5 billion dollar in Indonesia would purchase. With India, it is around $50 billion. So $50 billion product. Now America is forcing on India that much you have to buy. $50 billion product can be in agricultural sector, in the kind of energy sector, in the kind of defense sector. Many sector would come, company will come, and you have to buy. Indonesia was forced to buy 50 Boeing aeroplane every year. 50 Boeing aeroplane. Indonesia may not use 50 Boeing aeroplane every year. What it will do with 50 Boeing? One Boeing aeroplane, it goes for 20 years, 30 years also. 50 Boeing aeroplane for 20 years, if it keep buying, then it does not need automobile on the road. Aeroplane will run on the road. Why it needs? But you have to forcibly buy it. Same thing America would do with the India, because they have declared that trade deal with India is close to finalization, and it is same with Indonesia, similar to Indonesia. I mean 19% and zero. First of all, American product will come into Indian market and they will be sold without any paying custom tariff. Second thing is America is going to push India to buy 15 bill more than $50 billion, because there is trade deficit of 50 billion. $50 billion product you have to purchase every year. It can be in agricultural product or whatsoever. It can be in defense sector, it can be in energy sector, it can be in electronic sector, it can be in this sector, that sector, whatsoever. Our company will, you have to buy. One thing is that our company will flood your market. That is different. Now that market, people are up to the people, they will buy it or not. If American milk is coming to India in agricultural sector, or American products are coming to India in electronic sector, in consumer electronic sector, without any tariff, then certainly the price will be low. Earlier it was 56% to 110% India was charging. So American product price in India will be low, but still Indian people may buy it, may not buy. It is up to them. But now they are forcing. So whatever trade deficit there with India, that worth product you have to buy only to government of India. Now you adjust those products into your government department or in private companies or to the people, it is up to you. Our agriculture companies will push genetically modified seeds to you. Or no, it is up to you that you push those genetically modified to the farmer to use or not. It is up to you. You have to force farmer to use genetically modified seed that we will give you. You have to purchase for these many dollars. If your farmers are not taking, then you have to throw it to sea, ocean, whatever you do. But you have to purchase this much amount that is required. This is a new way of trade that we are seeing now. Forcibly, you have to buy this much dollar product. You need it, you do not need it. We want this much money from you. This is the new way of trade that Donald Trump has started. I was saying, because right now there is a hot trade deal is going on between China and Australia. Very hot trade deal that China has started with the Australia. Mr. Anthony Albanese from the Labour Party in Australia, he has won election recently. Won. Anyway, he was the prime minister, I believe. He's prime minister since 3 years, I believe. He was in Beijing 2 days back, and he went ahead with the trade deal with the China, and that is similar to what US is trying to do with all the countries, and they have signed free trade agreement. Free trade agreement means Australian product will enter into Chinese market, and Chinese product will enter into Australian market. No one has to give any entry tariff, but it will flood your market. That's it. It is up to the people they buy it or not. India and China trade deal is there. Chinese product they have till some time back they were really flooding the market. If someone is buying Rakhi was coming from the China only. If someone is buying idol, because Indian culture people worship idol, that was also coming from the China only. Everything was coming from the China, but it will come to the market. It is up to you, you purchase or not. Okay, and that will be taxed. If they enter into India, that will be taxed. After taxation, it will come to the market. You will purchase, you don't purchase. But US is bringing a new arena in the trade that this much worth Indian government has to purchase. Now you settle down this product into your government departments, force the companies to buy product from you, force people to buy it or throw it, whatever it is. It is up to you. This is the news. So I was reading. If Australia and China they are doing trade deal, are they doing like this? Certainly not. Certainly not. Now they are making free trade agreement between China and Australia, but both will ship their product. It is up to the consumer or government department, private sector, they will buy it or not. And this is the new this is free trade agreement. They are trying with some oil. I'll read it through. Okay, so Australia is trying with the oil. First, now in the free trade agreement that is going on, so there is something called canola oil, canola seeds. Canola seeds are used to make oil. Oil can be used in a kind of as a renewable fuel also. Renewable fuel in the automobile, this oil can be used, or cooking oil or animal food. In the cattle food also, the seeds can be used. This canola seed. China is the number one importer of canola seed. It import around China import around 4 million tons. 4 million ton. 1 ton is 1000 kilogram. 4 million ton. China generally buy the canola seed per year, and maximum it buys from the Canada. So Canada buys means Canada company. They flood Chinese market with the canola seed, and China charge 100% tariff on that, and then the seed are being consumed in the China. This is the market policy. Now Australia is the number two exporter of the canola seed. Now Australia and China they are signing free trade agreement. Now Australia canola seed can enter into China without paying any tariff. So canola seed price or oil price will drastically it will go down in China. So China will government will earn less. But this is how the deal is. But it is up to the people they buy it or not. If canola seed in the China market that is coming from Australia, if that price is low and that canola seed that is coming from Canada price is high, if they feel that quality of the Canada canola is very good and they can pay the price, it is up to them. But Australia is not forcing China to buy the Australian canola seed. This is called trade agreement, not the way US is doing. Anyway, I was seeing the trade agreement now in the for testing purpose around five cargo ship. Australia is now sending canola seed to the China just for testing purpose. How it will work, how people react on this. So around 150,000 kilogram, 150,000 ton to 250,000 ton. That much they are going to send it to China for the testing purpose. Anyway, Australia for Australia, China is number one exporter destination. Out of Australia, all the export, China is the China. Whatever export happens from Australia, one third of the export goes to China only. Now Australia want more because if China is not charging import tariff, then people would tend to buy more Australian products. In that fashion, the trade will grow now. Okay, now the Australian Prime Minister, Mr. Anthony Albanese, what he is saying, I'm reading it. Anthony Albanese is saying that his government wasn't looking to the, just let's hear this statement. Albanese argue that his government wasn't looking to China to make up for the changes to US trade policy under Trump. He is saying we are not doing the trade agreement because the way Trump is doing the trade agreement with all the country with the fear of the high trade and forcibly pressuring countries to buy American products. We are running with the China. This is not true. We are running with the China because something else, not because of the US new trade policy of the US, not because of that. We have 5% trade with the US, and we will see how it goes upon. This is what Australian president is saying. Anyway, now Donald Trump, US and Australia, they had very good relationship. And the way China is overpowering American trade everywhere, the way the China is overpowering, Now there is a high chance that US will start supporting Taiwan now. The way US is supporting Israel and Ukraine, now it will start supporting Taiwan now. In that fashion, there is a high chance that Taiwan and China war will start. And near to Taiwan, Australia is the powerful country. So US would expect that Australia would support US the way in all the war. If you see the history, whatever war has happened with US and any other country, US with Afghanistan, US with Iraq, Second World War, whatsoever, Australia has always been standing with the US without any condition. But now Australia has made very clear to the Donald Trump, very clear, we are not going to support you in the Taiwan case, first time in the history. If you are supporting Taiwan and making Taiwan make conflict with the China, so that China will be involved in the Taiwan war and we will make the deal with all the countries, if that is your aim, we are not going to support you in the China-Taiwan war. Make it sure. Which looks like Albanese is saying that we are making trade treaty with the China because of the US one. Indirectly, he is saying. Anyway, this trade treaty, now the Chinese ambassador to Australia, he is saying that we are looking for the for the another height in the trade with Australia. So it is Australia which is pushing for the trade because it is running away from the US. The question is arising what India would do. India will go the way other countries are going. South Korea, Japan, these are a country they are turning towards China as far as trade is concerned. They are looking towards US as far as security is concerned. South Korea looks about US, Japan looks towards US for security reasons. Like North Korea, Russia, China, they have powerful missiles and those things. For security reasons, they look towards US. But for trade reason, South Korea, Japan, what South Korea, Japan, even Taiwan, it is they are looking towards China only. Means China is becoming trade hub in the world, and the way China is doing parallel to the US, US is doing trade with to deal with all the countries, and more or less indirectly they are forcing those countries to buy this much amount so that in the balance sheet Donald Trump can write down that this much $1 trillion is assured now per year. 30% tax if they charge from the companies, then what they sell, if companies are able to sell $5 trillion product fixed, because all countries they have to purchase that then only, then US is going to get $2 trillion per year fixed, and that will get away from the 1.6 trillion, 1.8 trillion dollar that is their average yearly debt. So America would come out of the debt. Main the kind of chili area, sour area is China. Okay, now this is the condition that is pursuing in the world, and it is coming as a havoc on India. Anyway, how far Indonesia would go with the US, that is matter of time. But Indonesia is a very small country. But Australia has run away. When Australia saw that Indonesia and US, the trade is going on in this is called forcible trade. If in forcible manner, now it is running towards China. Rather than getting American product into Australia, Australia is ready that China would push its electronic product into Australia. Free trade. But it is running from the US. Can India run away from the US? That is a diplomatic, political, and economical scenario that has to be understood. Can India run away from the US? And if it runs away, then where it will go? Okay, I believe it's a matter of time. We have put our focus on this. Let's wait and watch.